Intrepid viewers, welcome, welcome. Here we are. It was a big day yesterday. And I have a story I have to tell you in a moment. But first, a trigger warning. I haven't given a trigger warning for a few videos. And I don't want any Trump supporters passing through who stumble on this channel to think there's going to be any excuses for his behaviour. So, guys, it's time to give up the ghost, don't you think, really? Admit you were conned by a con artist. And not a very good con artist, I have to say. 3 casinos bankrupt in Atlantic City. A guy who doesn't pay his workers. Don Jr. using illegal workers, no doubt, in his Californian vineyards. Nothing they wear is made in America. They don't give a toss about you. I'm sorry, Trump voters. So you have my commiserations. But for the rest of us in the real world, it's starting to hot up big time. And now, finally, it's Republicans who are going to be speaking out against the Yeti. And they have to, because if they've got an iota of a moral fibre left in their being, they've worked out this is bad. This is very bad. Everything that's happening. The tariffs are tanking the economy, abandoning allies, doing the bidding of Russia. The only winner in all this geopolitical turmoil is Russia. So there's only two opinions, really. Either he's doing it because he's in league with Russia and owes Russia, or he doesn't know and he's just doing it because he is an out-and-out traitor. He has no excuse whatsoever, not even saving his miserable pimply hide. So where is it going? Well, it's going very fast. So I have to tell you my epiphany. Now, those of you who have been with the channel a while will know, intuitive, clairvoyant, whatever it is, I very rarely see images. I'm what they call clairaudio. I hear things when I'm reading. But I was exhausted after yesterday, rest in peace, Elijah, and had so much to do today. And I thought, I need a siesta. So early this afternoon, I just lay down for 20 minutes to just zone. And I had this very vivid dream. And in the dream, okay, it's a Wild West saloon, the traditional Hollywood last chance saloon. And Pompeo and Tillerson in cowboy gear are slumped at the table. And in comes Bolton. And Bolton comes in, swings through those doors. He's got a gun in his hand. And it's as if to say, like, the number's up. Or he doesn't say anything. He just ushers them out. Come on, game's up. Bolton, I think, has the smoking gun. So I'm going to read on Bolton. I also think Pompeo, who my feel has been playing a double and possibly triple game, is about to stumble unless he can pull off his connections. He's definitely been talking to everyone behind the scenes, right? To the Republicans, I'm on your side. White House workers, never mind them, I'm on your side. To Trump, ooh, I can help you, I'm on your side. He's been doing that. But is he too smart for his own boots? We'll have to have a look. And Nancy, how's Nancy handling this? She is one smart cookie. So we have to look at Nancy. So let's start. Oh, the weird one in that was Tillerson. So Tillerson. And you will note, intrepid viewers, all the acting heads of every department are now resigning and being replaced with other acting heads. That includes Kevin McLennan, who's just resigned from the Department of Homeland Security. He replaced the Rottweiler, what was her name? Kirsten Nielsen. Perry's going, hoping it's not going to follow him, but I suggest it would. What was he the acting head for, Perry? Oh, he was energy, of course. You know, just more and more of them are going. Ooh. Okay, concentrate, Lena. Tillerson. Rex Tillerson. Now, I'm going back to the Rider-Waite. Oh, I suspect I've got my whole pack upside down. I don't do reversals. There's the star in the middle. He can't get a better card, so let's look at context. Oh, very powerful card. Oh, Jesus. Oh, all right. I have to digest this, viewers. 5 cards, 5 major arcana. 5 major arcana. Hold on a moment. I've got to get the nephew to talk a bit quieter in the other room. I'll be back. I'm back. Lord, have all the mercies. Look what's going on here. Star in the middle. Behind him, he's waiting. Tillerson, he's been waiting for this. In other words, for the caca to hit the fan. He's been waiting. He gets the magician, the one who can transform, the one who is, you know, more than mortal. He has all the suits there. His power. This is Tillerson's reading. Jesus. I'm just digesting that. On top, Wheel of Fortune. Again, usually a very auspicious card, but in this sense, implying that it's karmic and destined to be. So all of that's moving towards this powerhouse thing, but out come the devil. Okay, so just, I'm blown away by these cards, simply blown away. At a first read, these are powerful, potent, karmic cards. Tillerson. Then he gets the devil. Now, does this mean all his energy, he's got all the weapons in the arsenal to sink Trump, he's got the knowledge, he's got the power back from when he was head of Exxon. That's not an insignificant role in terms of who you know. All this power, speaking to power, the magician, then he gets the devil. Does this mean he can use all this power and bring down Trump, the devil? I wish I was crystal clear on that. Or does he have all this ammunition, all the connections, he could do it, but he himself, for his own selfish reasons, doesn't do it as the devil, because he's the devil. Do we need clarifiers or what? I'm stunned. You could do hundreds of readings and not get 5 major arcana like that. Oh, Lordy. Let me get out my little clarifiers. The little cootie to footies. Tillerson, what's going on with the... So, he's been waiting. He's the centre of attention as the star. Like, he has all the attention when this happens, which will be soon, because that's why it's turning up in this super potent way. He's got all the ammunition. He's meant to do it. But what does the devil mean? It's intriguing, viewers. Oh, the next chapter, whenever I use these cards, which are a version of Tarot Sibylla, because things are happening in this amazing time that we are living in, this historic time we are sharing, I always get this card, the next chapter. The prossima novella, the next chapter. Oh, the thief and jealousy. God, these guys have these hugely powerful positions in the world, and their emotions are really adolescent and petty and selfish. Clarify for the devil, the next chapter, the thief and the jealous man. I don't know, viewers. I seriously don't know. Tillerson. I'm going to pull some more. I didn't expect to spend any more time on him, but I'm just going to pull a few more Rider-Waite's. Let's change the question. Is Tillerson going to do in Trump? Is Tillerson going to do in Trump? Is Tillerson going to do in Trump? The Queen of Cups. This is at Mercenary in the Tower. I think he is. He might not be the only person, but he's going to be a hugely famous player. The Queen of Cups. Could be Pelosi. I don't see her normally watery, but I'm going to read on her next. But in any event, this Queen of Cups is keeping the lid on the emotions. I think Tillerson's wife, this could be his wife, she's also on the ball, and she could be keeping a lid on his emotions, keeping him calm. But at the end of the day, he's always been a mercenary in the sense of very competent at what he does, which is high capitalism. So he's always just followed the mighty dollar. The Tower. Look, sometimes, you know what, you just don't get answers. It could be Tillerson's Tower or Trump's Tower, but the question was, would he bring him down? And I'll lean on the side of yes. And he's going to do it in a very public way. This is not a behind-the-scenes manoeuvre. We know what Rex thinks of Trump. I don't have to repeat it here. So, I want to look at Pompeo, and I wanted to look at Nancy. I'm going to do Nancy next. Let me just flip the cards a few more times. Now, Nancy has put all her experience to the table with the pacing of this. Holding out, then going ahead, then doing it very quickly. She knows what she does after that will be another story, because, you know, she represents in many ways the conventional democratic corporate identity. But we're not looking at that now. We're looking at Nancy Pelosi as Speaker of the House in this historic time. In this historic time. Oops. Trump fell out. How funny is that? Trump and the world. That is very funny. Okay, here he is, the Emperor card. So back to Nancy. So, what was she waiting for? She was waiting for the message to come, but the Page of Wands is also the card of the great speaker, and she is the Speaker of the House. She doesn't actually say much, and let's be honest, intrepid viewers, her voice is getting a little quavery with age and stuff, but nonetheless, when she speaks, it's worth hearing, right? So there she is. Now, let's see. I'm going to do a slightly different spread for this. So unconsciously, what's going on for Nancy in her deeper unconscious? Yeah, the King of Pentacles here, it's the greediness of the Emperor. He's, look, we're obsessed with Trump. Can you imagine what her nocturnal musings are about? She's deeply, subconsciously preoccupied with Trump the emperor, because she has to deal with him in that capacity as the president. I can barely say the word. She's dealing with the man and the filthy money and the insatiable child. That is what is getting to her. That's what's at the back of her mind. What is she consciously working on here? The betrayal. She's consciously working not on acting the betrayal of America by him. I'm very clear about that. It's not pain in her personal life. This is what's unconsciously motivating her is his greed and the fact it's wrong. But what's consciously motivating her is she is watching close up the destruction of the country that she loves and represents. Massive betrayal. That's what's motivating her. That's interesting. I would have thought it'd be more legal, but that is really her motive. So the atmosphere she's working in, the tower, it's collapsing every 6 hours. The tower is coming closer. But I don't think it's the Dems who are in this frenzy of confusion and destruction. She is witnessing and contributing to and actively part of the GOP tower. This is the GOP tower, not just Trump tower. Lordy, if they insist on defending this man, they are gone for 2 generations. So, her next plan of action, she's regrouping. This is the soldier taking some knocks, guarding the palisade, taking a breather before the big one. And I think it is, I'm hearing big one. So what can we next expect? The Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords, the Sword of Truth, cutting through the crap. We haven't even heard it yet. Everything we've heard has been enough to impeach 100 presidents, let alone one Yeti. But it's had to get to this state. His vulgarity didn't do it. His shady background didn't do it. His pride in his ignorance didn't do it. America had to see it play out. It had to get this bad to break through. I think the most significant thing is voter turnout next year, obviously. But always remember, if anyone says anything to you pro-Trump, just remind them he only got in on 1/4 of the vote because half the nation didn't. So he got just over, well, he didn't, in fact. 3 million votes went to Hillary, but in terms of it, he only got in with 1/4. He only started with 1/4 of the population. You'd have to ask yourself, has he got a single voter on board since his presidency? Well, that would be no. I'll save you doing the calculations. I've never met a person who said, oh, I didn't vote for Trump, but I think he's doing a great job. If you know anyone who fits in that category, let me know. I don't think he's attracted a single voter. He's lost a lot of women. He's lost big business because of the tariffs. He is now losing mainstream Republicans because of this crazy Putin-esque, let's just pull out. Sounds good, doesn't it? We'll just pull out. Who's going to fill the vacuum, pet? It would be Russia and China. Both allies of Iran. It's the dopiest thing. 40 years ago, I would have praised the man. 40 years ago, Russia and China weren't as strong as they are now. It was a very different world. America could have stayed out. Not now. So, here we go. All right, go Nancy. So Bolton's the one. I was going to read on Pompeo, but it's really Bolton I want to look at. Then if there's time, a quick look at Pompeo, but Bolton's the one to watch. Look, I have never liked Bolton but I don't have to like him or dislike him. The point is, he's pissed off at the Yeti. Just a reminder in terms of Australian slang, we never say somebody's pissed if they're angry, because being pissed means you're drunk. We say pissed off if you're angry. So just a little language moment. Oops, what fell out? Oh, the martyr, Bolton. Now, Bolton. Let me just tune into Bolton. So, Trump could have sunk his presidency by sacking Bolton and not letting him resign. Remember, he said he made mistakes. He made big mistakes, unlike the Yeti. So Bolton is furious. He's also been around longer than any of the others, bar Pelosi and Schumer and those. He's been around forever. He's had that dreadful moustache forever. He's a hawk to almost an irrational degree. But no one hates the Yeti more than Bolton. Okay, let's see. Gets the card of working hard and the martyr. Now, in the centre, packed. He's talking to people. He is making alliances as we speak. So it might come out that it looks like Bolton speaking, but he has checked behind the scenes. I'm hearing Moscow Mitch and Lindsay. He's got the martyr card on top. Here she is again, Queen of Cups. Now, I throw it open to you, intrepid and valuable viewers. Has Nancy morphed in my readings from the Queen of Swords or someone like that to the Queen of Cups? Why is the Queen of Cups here again? And I'm beginning to think, to answer my own question, it is Nancy, because her motivation, we found out, was the betrayal of the country as opposed to the other things. Many of you might have already thought that. I didn't. I wouldn't single that out as what was really goading her. But it is. So I think, in other words, she's coming from emotion as much as her intellect. Lid on the emotions, but she is engaged emotionally with this issue, you can mark my words. And also, this is very watery, my Princess Diana card. She's got her feet in the water of the unconscious, of the intuitive, of these female things. And I think more and more she's going to actually tap into the spirituality unconsciously, the spirituality and the unconscious depths of America in a way she hasn't before. People do not go watery, warm and fuzzy with Nancy, even those who admire her greatly. But somehow she's going to tap in on an emotional level. And she's interesting how she plays the family card with this. The family should really stage an intervention. Code for the GOP 25th Amendment, please. And trust me, that's under discussion as well. I don't know that they'll use it unless he has another 2 weeks like this. They mightn't have a choice. But it's not the most popular choice for the GOP. Anyway, I digress. Nancy, underneath what's going on, Ace of Wands. This is her fearlessness and her courage. Sorry, take it down to the ring. This is her fearlessness, her courage, her directness. This is her with a weapon in her hand. When I get it for men, it can be my Fred Flintstone card, blunt instrument, but I think she's got a bit more finesse than that. But she has the instrument of power. She is the speaker. That speaks to her actual power. Now, why is Nancy turning up in Bolton's reading? Equally, this is a very phallic card. I see it for both of them. I got distracted with the Pelosi element here, but going back to Bolton, this is a phallic card. He thinks with parts of his body below the waist. By that I don't mean in a sleazy sexual way. I mean in a knuckle-dragging way. So it makes sense in relation to Nancy, because I heard Nancy again. When I picked up this card for Bolton, I heard Nancy again. But looking at it for him, it is an ace, and it's a new energy, and it is forceful, and it's going from there. I'll need a clarifier on the martyrdom. So, mini outcome here. The Fool. Ace of Cups. Bolton. Bolton foolish. Not foolish in the usual sense. Okay, for those of you learning tarot, the Fool is misunderstood, and it has many meanings. Suffice to say here, he's not walking blindly off a cliff. That is not Bolton. I think that's why he's working so hard here, putting the ducks in a row before he speaks. See, he could be on a microphone 6 times a day if he wanted to just vent. If he let his lower chakras operate, that's what he'd like to do, just get out there and say this stuff. But he's doing the work. He's doing the work behind the scenes to get the allies. So when it speaks, he is going to actually go, I don't care about the outcome. I don't care if people say I'm walking off a cliff. I don't care, but in a good way. In a sense, he feels supported by the universe, his universe, and the pacts that he's made to do this. It's going to affect a lot of people. This is going to rock America. This is going to rock America. It's going to lead to an unleashing of emotion. That can be relief for some of us, complete angst for the GOP going, what the are we going to do now? But massive emotion. I think people who have been sitting on the fence are going to be moved. It's interesting seeing Nancy in this whole new capacity, this whole new role in history for her that's unfolding. She's going to come up with something big really soon. All this emotion released. So, what does that mean for you guys? It means a lot of things. It means things ain't going to slow down. It means that evermore you're going to have exhilarating days and taxing days and all sorts of days. So really try and get some sort of daily ritual where you anchor yourself at some point every day, even if it's only for 5 minutes. I'm going to suggest the starfish. I taught yoga for many years. People in yoga call it dead pose. I don't like the name dead pose, so I call it the starfish. So you can do it on a bed, but it's better on the floor, just a towel or a blanket on the floor. Lie on your back, your arms out from your sides, like just a 45-degree angle, not like this. So you're on your back, arms relaxed, palms up. Let your feet just fall to the side, so your legs just slightly roll out. Just do your checkpoints that you've done all that, and just breathe into your stomach. Just a few minutes, and what you want is you want to feel your vertebrae in your back just getting lower to the floor, because we're all so tense with rage and outrage and distress and trauma and stuff. Do the starfish. Just let it go. Just let all the energy just go. Breathe. Take your time getting up. Have a glass of water. It really helps. I love you guys. Thanks for those comments. Ciao.